100% sure. We have done the design. The drawings are with you, sir. Sir, please hold. Come on. Don't hide. Yeah, you have seen front to the you've done this all. Back, sir.
Mobile.
I request our Professor Director, Professor Kamkoti Vinathan, to give a memento to the Honorable Minister.
Cell phone.
Since we have very less time, I just start with a very hearty welcome to him, and I'll request him to Honorable Minister Shri Jyotiraditya Scindia. Seated on the dais with me, Professor V. Kamakoti ji, Professor Ramurthy ji, Professor Nagendra Krishnapura ji, a wonderful student body present here today from Jiva to the whole kaleidoscope of knowledge that I have before me today. It's wonderful being in the fountainhead of knowledge. IIT Madras has a long history of innovation, a long history of excellence, a long history of entrepreneurism. And to my delight, I was a witness to that today when as soon as I entered this auditorium and the Center for Science and Research, which by the way happenstance was inaugurated by my father in 1995, and which struck an emotional chord with me when I saw his name on that plaque. As HRD Minister, he and MS Swaminathan ji together were here, and one of the ladies that was accompanying me also showed me the photograph of that day. And it just goes to show the amount of progress and development that this institution has made over the last 3 decades. As soon as I entered the hallowed portals of this wonderful building, I was stopped in my tracks by a group of not students, but a group of entrepreneurs who showed me that whilst the world has executed 5G,
India has been the fastest executor of a 5G model anywhere in the globe. In 22 months, we've built out a network that has covered 98% of our cities and 4.5 lakh BTSs. Never in the history of telecom has such a rapid paradigm shift taken place in any country as we have witnessed in India. And whilst I'm extolling the virtues of this monumental change, I was stopped in my tracks by Jiva and his team, who showed me on their phone how IIT Chennai has come up with its own 4G stack on which it's running its own complete holistic communications environment around the full campus. This is ingenuity at its best. This is entrepreneurism at its best. This is innovation at its best. And this is IIT Chennai at its best, with its slogan that duty gives you the best results. As Professor Kamakoti ji explained to me, and this is not only IIT Chennai at its best, but this, ladies and gentlemen, is Bharat Mata at her best. So a loud round of applause for my young Jiva and his team standing right at the back. I want to congratulate you all also. In the National Institutional Ranking Framework, you have excelled and come up as number 1. So today IIT Chennai is on that pinnacle, the pinnacle of success, pinnacle of excellence, and now the challenge for you from this day onwards is to ensure that you stay there. And that itself is also a formidable challenge. I believe that institutions like this are the labyrinth, are the womb from where inventions occur that change the course of humanity. And as each generation passes through these hallowed portals, do remember that you are walking in footsteps that are very large and very deep. You carry with you not only the weight of the legacy that you as an individual must deliver on, but you carry with you the torch of all those who have walked before you. And to ensure that this institution and the knowledge impartation that takes place within this institute leaves an indelible mark on you, not only intellectually, but also leaves an indelible mark on your heart. As you go forward in life, you must move forward with strong steps. But as you move forward and succeed in life, that passion and the success must also be emblazoned with a desire to contribute back to your institution, back to society, and back to Bharat Mata. I have had the august company of Professor Ramamurthy ji. He has not only been a guiding light for this institute, but he's been a guiding light for the Minister of Telecommunications as well. In his unassuming manner, but with the quiet confidence that he exudes, he's able to break down complex formulations into simple forms. I spent 4 hours with him yesterday, with the whole team of the Bharat 6G Alliance. And I have a habit of always raising issues on which I prefer to derive much deeper knowledge. And I pushed Ramamurthy ji to explain the concepts and the evolution of our telecom scenario to where we are in the world today on 6G. And he did it most eloquently. And so, ladies and gentlemen, whereas India has followed the world on 4G, we marched with the world on 5G. I am very confident with the time I spent with the Bharat 6G Alliance and the short time I have spent with all of you, that India will lead the world in 6G. IIT Chennai has come a very long way. And I must thank our director, Professor Kamakoti ji, our professors, and all of you. Because over the years, we have developed a very strong bond together. We have developed a very strong relationship together. A bond and a relationship which is committed to moving India up the value curve. We have made tremendous progress on the proliferation of telecom. When I came back to India, when I graduated from Harvard University, and don't ask me to tell you the year because it was before you were born, we didn't have a single mobile phone in our country. We were giving out the licenses for the first 6 cities, the metros. 1993. Were any of you born then? So I was right. God, that makes me feel old. And from there we have gone to 117 crore mobile subscribers. 10 years ago, we had only 25 crore internet connections. In 10 years, we have grown that almost fourfold to 97 crore internet connections. 10 years ago, we had only 6 crore broadband connections. Today, we have 94 crore broadband connections. So from the intricate network circuitry that goes into a PCB, that goes into a RAN, that goes into a, Professor, CU, DU, BU. I'm learning. To networks that span the length and breadth of our country. With BharatNet, we have a very ambitious goal to connect every GP in our country, Gram Panchayat in our country, 246,000 of them. And then get every Bharat Udyami to take the fiber from the OLT to the end customer. So from the intricacy of the circuitry of a PCB to lakhs of kilometers of wire that's being laid out. India has it all. And this environment that you have in India, you will not get, I'm telling you, someone who has spent 8 years in the US of A, the evolution that's happening in India, the delta that's going on in India, the paradigm shift that's happening in India. India today is the hotbed of technology, ladies and gentlemen. It is that. It will continue to remain that because of you. What used to keep countries behind 50 years ago, 70 years ago, the lack of capital. Capital today has become a commodity. Human intellect has become the prize. And Bharat Mata is a storehouse of human intellect. 10,000 of you in IIT Chennai. 10,000 of you in just one IIT. Am I correct? Each one of you has the capability to ignite a flame. Each one of you have that hunger in your stomach and the flame in your heart to bring about monumental change and not incremental change. My Department of Telecom has worked very closely with your institute. The 5G test bed was inaugurated by the Prime Minister in 2022, and scores of test use cases have been successfully implemented on that. I was talking with your faculty, your Gurudevs, and you must call them as Gurudevs, and the desire to spread themselves even further from Delhi to other parts of India to also the Northeast. And let me commit to you, Chennai IITians, I will stand by you through thick and thin, shoulder to shoulder, to ensure success of all your projects. Today, the 6G terahertz test bed, and along with that, the advanced optical communication test bed, both are being housed here. And as I said, your capabilities are tremendous. With the goal of affordability, ubiquity, and sustainability. I was very happy to receive that memento from Professor Kamakoti, with the deep of IIT Chennai in between, and the environment in terms of flora and fauna all the way around. I felt so elated entering your campus. A campus that is a wired campus, both from a telecom technology point of view, an innovativeness point of view, and an environment point of view. Probably the trees and the environment you see in this campus, you will not see in any campus across the country. Think about it. The future of my country is sitting here. Probably the brain power of many countries is sitting on in this campus. And amongst it all, you have Cheetal walking across the road. You have Chinkara feeding on the grass, walking by you. If this is not true living, humanity living with nature, then what is? So on this day, I would like to tell all my young friends, young men and women, go forth and find your passion. There must be a hunger in your belly and a thirst in your throat, a desire in your heart to bring about change. You have been gifted to be part of this institution. You have been empowered by the Almighty in terms of intelligence. Now make a change in the world. Go forth with passion. Never give up on your curiosity. Always keep the drive to ask questions. And finally, always work as a team. Because remember that success is not defined by the individual. Success is defined by a team effort. And always remember that you are only as strong as the weakest link in your team. So build each other's strengths. Work as a team. And to the faculty, you are the Gurudevs of this incoming generation of Bharatvasis. This incoming generation of Bharatvasis that will make their impact not only on the Bhumi of Bharat, but सात समुंदर पार के भी भारत के तिरंगे झंडे को गाड़ के रखेंगे मेरे आईआईटी चेन्नई के सभी विद्यार्थी, इसका मुझे पूरा विश्वास है. You are the bedrock and the foundation on which many tall buildings will be constructed. You are the ones that give the firm foundation for this generation to come. So I thank you and I salute you in your contribution to not only your institution, your constitution, your contribution to the building of India. As the Prime Minister says, into an Atmanirbhar nation. The building of India into a Viksit Bharat by 2047. The building of India into a Vishwaguru. That dream will be turned into reality by this Amrit Pidi that will make India cross her Rubicon from her Amrit Kal to her Shatabdi Kal. And with these words, I wish you all the very best. Thank you very much for having me.
motivational, intellectual, inspirational, challenging and supportive speech to IIT Madras. Can you come forward to ask your question because you have been raising your hand?
Trust Jiva to come up with the macro question for which I am told I have to give a micro answer. It's a very important question. And the reason why it's important is because across the length and breadth of our country. But now that it's such a huge opportunity, and the fact that we have, as I mentioned, over 1 billion, 117 crore subscribers, and the reach in terms of technology.
The Apache helicopters that you see in action movies, the fuselages of the Apache helicopters,
Privilege to visit the fountainhead of learning at IIT Chennai. It's an institute that I have admired from afar, and I've had the privilege of spending the last 2 hours in this institute interacting with all our students. Our telecom department is also working extremely closely with IIT Chennai. Our 5G testbed has been hugely successful here. We have also started our 6G terahertz testbed in IIT Chennai, and also other such testbeds for 6G usage cases, and I am very confident that our young men and women of IIT Chennai, who have demonstrated their excellence in putting up networks domestically in this institute, will lead the telecom and telecom equipment manufacturing sector in India to new heights. It's been an intensely invigorating session, and one that I enjoyed tremendously. My best wishes to the institute. Thank you. We are still iterating. We haven't finalized the location, but we are
still going on Samsung protest.
that has not. That is, I can't comment. That's got to do with the one unit, so I can't comment on that. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you.